Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana Lesson 368, and today is the 19th of July 2026. We want to talk about the over-bloated Supreme Court bench, and the over 45,000 health workers to be employed this year. Ghana. All right, let's look at it carefully. We are aware that the Supreme Court bench is already over-bloated. It's supposed to be a minimum of 9 and to a never-ending max. However, it's just prudent that we keep it to the minimum because of our finances. As of now, there are 18 of them. Come December this year, the Chief Justice will be going on retirement at 70 years. And then next year, September, October, Justice Amadou Tanko and then Professor Harrietta Mensah-Bonsu will also be going on retirement, 70 next year, 2027. They will also be going by September, October. It means that there are 3 vacancies to be made. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the government, President John Dramani Mahama, please, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should promote 3 or nominate 3 more judges to go in there. What's happening is that the bench is meant for 9, but now it's doubled, 18. Now you want to add 3, making 21. So the achi, we call it, you know, when you join the commercial vans in Ghana and you sit on the van, you know, you have to you have to push to make space. I mean, they have to drag their feet. So if you have bleeding pulse in your bumps, and they are pushing achi, it becomes problematic because you would have sold the seat. That's just by the way. Anyway, so then President John Dramani Mahama, please, I plead with you, suspend the 3 nominees that you are promoting or you are proposing to Parliament for promotion to the Supreme Court bench, and then find ways by reducing the retirement age from 70 to 60 years for all Supreme Court judges, because AI can do, artificial intelligence can do all that they are doing. Mostly about 90% of what they are doing on the Supreme Court bench can be done by artificial intelligence. So we don't need anyone to go past the 60 years retirement age. So we reduce it. Parliament, it comes back to you. So Parliament of Ghana, please reject the President's 3 nominees for the Supreme Court. Please reject the President's 3 nominees for the Supreme Court because it has financial implication. Besides the achi and maybe the bleeding pulse that will solve the bench. Anyway, but then the benches were bloated. That's just generally what it is. But the implication is the financial bit, which is what I'm expecting the finance minister to look at. That the president says he's going to hire, or the government is going to hire 16,000 nurses this year. 16,000 health nurses this year. It looks laudable, it looks good because we need the nurses. But is it doable? That's the question. It's not doable. The reason why I'm saying it's not doable is just very simple. You don't just hire nurses for a hospital. So if you're hiring 16,000 nurses, it means that you are to hire what? 1,600 medical doctors. And you have to hire 16 times 3 will give you 48. You have to hire 48,000 other health workers. So then it means that you're technically going to be hiring over 50,000 people in the medical sector. And are we sure that our budget, as of now, that we just got out of IMF, this May 2026, and during that period, it was an era of economic and fiscal discipline that's tightening them. So then why are we now going to hire 50,000 just for the health sector? And then because we are out of IMF, then it means that soon we'll be going for another $3 billion US as extended credit facility again. It means that we just get into IMF where we discipline ourselves because IMF is here, they put us into fiscal discipline, monetary discipline. Then just as we finish paying and then they get out, then we go back doing the wrong thing. It's not right, Mr. President. President John Dramani Mahama, please take your time. Suspend the nurses. Suspend the Supreme Court judges. Suspend hiring all the Supreme Court judges, the 3 of them. Suspend hiring the 16,000 nurses and then other health workers in addition. So please suspend them. Let the economy grow. Let's come out of the depression by correcting the Northeast deflation and then the Northern region higher inflation, negative 5% and then positive 8%. When the country inflation is 3%, let's stimulate the economy and get things working better and use another model. Other models that we could suggest later on. The name is H. Kwame Afaglo, but I am saying that I am proposing to the Parliament of Ghana, do not approve the President's 3 nominees for the Supreme Court and do not approve the President's 16,000 hiring of nurses because it's too much for the economy of Ghana. Let us be nationalistic in our thoughts and in our actions so that the man of thought should be the same as the man of action. H. Kwame Afagbe, thank you.